Now we're going to talk about Egypt specifically. See, the thing is, Britain really cared about its African colonies just as much as it cared about its Indian colonies, because Britain loved money. Britain's the baddie in the situation. Imagine like a villain with tons of gold going, oh, blah, 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 how do I earn more money, right? And the thing is, an idea was created to earn some more money. If you look at that map in the top right corner, Britain spent loads of money trying to get its ships to India and back, because they wanted to trade and wanted to, you know, earn loads of money off those Indian resources. And what they've been doing is Vasco da Gama's trip round the Cape of Africa to get there. The thing is, there's a shorter way, isn't there? You can see there's a line. There's a tiny stretch of land in Egypt that is the only land barrier between a saleable route to India. A shortcut. It cuts off actually just about 7,000 or 8,000 kilometers off the trip, which could save you so much money. So Britain, France and Egypt sponsored a load of money to dig a canal. They literally dug a man-made 20-mile stretch of water that would connect the Mediterranean Sea beneath Europe and the Indian Ocean. They succeeded. The Suez Canal was completed in 1869, and Britain had a moneymaker. Now the thing is, the Suez Canal is super important to Britain now. Right? All of Britain's trade from not just Africa but India is going to go through the Suez Canal because it's cheaper. And that means Britain's trade is very dependent on another country. It's very dependent upon Egypt. And Britain looked at it and was like, fine. But the thing is, that means Egypt has power over me. Egypt kind of controls my ability to trade. I don't like that. I want to control my own trade. So Britain lay in wait for an opportunity to buy the Suez Canal. And that opportunity arose. The moment that the Egyptian government had some trouble with money, they fell into debt, or they were trying to buy something and they couldn't afford it, Britain immediately stepped in like, hello, if you give me the Suez Canal, I'll give you the money that you need. And you know what Egypt said? Yeah, fine, you get the canal. In fact, Britain and France bought their shares of the canal. And the person that bought it is this man next to my head. His name is Benjamin Disraeli, a Jewish prime minister, well, the first Jewish prime minister of Britain, actually. But he sent a telegram to the Queen going like, I've got it, miss, I've got the Suez Canal. And like, that's how they felt. They had succeeded, and now no one could control their route to India. The thing is, Britain got greedy here. Britain was like, I kind of own a little bit of Egypt now. I might as well buy all of Egypt. So Britain lay in wait a little bit more. And when Egypt fell into, should we say, economic trouble again, they ran out of money or went into debt again, Britain stepped in and said, hey, you know, I could get some other stuff and I'll give you the money to recover your debt if you give me, or what about your post offices, your railways and your ports, you know, where all of your trade goes through. Egypt had to agree. So within the space of a year, I can't remember exactly which year, let me quickly find it. There you go. In 1882, Britain bought the post office, railways and ports of Egypt. Basically, all of the money that was coming into Egypt suddenly is now belonging to Britain. Now, the Egyptian people weren't happy with that. They actually revolted. They rebelled against this sale of their post office, railways and ports and said, no, we don't want Britain taking over our country, basically. They're technically taking over our country. And Britain responded with force. Britain sent its powerful navy of ships to go and bomb a city of Alexandria in Egypt. You can see the picture of the bombing at the top. They destroyed a city purely because that city did not want them controlling it. Britain did not control Egypt at that time, but Britain then went to war to take the rest. And you know what? They won quite easily. Egypt was added to Britain's, should we say, extensive list of empire countries. And Britain looks like an evil person. Britain basically used its power and wealth that it had amassed over hundreds of years to belittle, control, and bully other countries into submission. Britain may have been the most powerful country in the world, but they were definitely not the nicest country in the world. So just quickly, why was the construction of the canal important for Britain? How did Britain make sure the canal was under their control? What did Britain buy to help Egypt out of financial trouble the second time? And what happened in Alexandria in 1882? If you know those things, you know about the Suez Canal. Off you go. Good luck.